Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm recording this at 6 a.m. in the morning. I felt like recording my last video this early. The audio actually picked up quite well. And let's just hit it in early in the morning. I've got my coffee, which I've already finished. Cheers. But yeah, my brain's fresh in the morning. My dog's waiting for me back there for his walk, and I just want to blast this out. Let's get our weekly fundamental analysis done every morning instead now. So I'm going to load up. This is the 9th of June to 15th of June. I have gotten out of my AJ trade, which we'll go through later. We are down for the month again. So I'm going to go through a brief recap of how we're doing this year. It will pretty much cover Q1 and 2. We are down, but I'll show you guys why I'm quite happy with my actual trading this year. Let's just go through the fundamentals. So before I continue, guys, as per usual, this is just as always, this is not financial advice. This is merely my take on the markets. Please do your own research. Make sure you're making your own well-informed decisions when investing your money and putting your money into the markets. I'm sure you guys know, look, I'm not fucking profitable right now anyway, so there's no need to follow my advice. But let's just go through the fundamentals. So this week we have COT reporting. We have pound being bullish, oil being bullish, and there's obviously at this point in time we have Israel looking to shoot missiles into Iran. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of tension, which is especially in the Middle East where oil is abundant. Not good, right? Not good. So we have, in terms of bearish, we have Aussie, US 30 and S&P 500, which is something I'll take into consideration because I do have US 30 long bias, but that's obviously, I'm going to heed caution to the wind with this COT reporting. In terms of fundamental data, we had was it NFP? Did I change this? Sorry guys, let me just go to my data. I don't think I've actually changed this. Yeah, I don't think I've actually changed this. Okay, so this is live and direct. You guys will see me just going through my data points. This was already updated in terms of fundamentals for the week. What I'll do is I usually just copy and paste the new ones. So we go on A, U, this was this, go over here. So I'll just quickly do this, guys. Again, I'm just going to leave this in the video. This is just me giving evidence for all of you guys. When I am profitable, you guys will see that this was done properly, no cut corners. I actually did what I said I was doing. I hope that's enough proof for all of you guys when one day I will be teaching. So let's go through the data. USD data. We had CPI, so we had inflation readings this week. CPI and PPI, they were all bearish or cooler than expected. 2.5, 2.4 for year on year, core CPI and PPI being, cooler than forecasted. So what I'm suggesting right now is we've got this perfect environment for indices, risk on assets. However, just keeping in mind the war and in the Middle East right now, uncertainty still with Trump's tariffs, it is something I'm always considering. The fundamentals look good, but the actual sentiment doesn't look good. So we can take trades on US 30 right now, but position size I'll put very, very, very small. So definitely not trading the dollar right now. The inflation readings are really, really low. Everything else is quite bullish. Okay. Aussie, we had quite consumer confidence. So Westpac consumer confidence, if you guys don't know, Westpac is a bank in Australia. So basically they just seem to be getting a survey from from the general, and it looks like people are losing their confidence in the markets in Australia at least. So economic wise, we ticked AU into the bearish zone. Yeah, I don't think Aussie's got strength right now unless one of these things change for the better. We're looking quite bearish right now for Aussie from an economic standpoint. Yen, we had nothing, so nothing too much to comment on yen. Yen's still the same thing as Aussie, is quite neutral. Bearish economic news, bullish inflation like Aussie, but labour market's sort of iffy, so not really too much to comment on that. Right now, with all the currencies, I am on the sidelines. They're too erratic. There's no real opportunity I see, so we're just going to stay on the sidelines. Now, from a graph point of view, CPI year on year, you can see US inflation is coming down, okay, headed into that 2 to 3% zone, which is good for my US 30 trade idea in terms of dollar index and dollar currency. Let's stay on the sidelines. CPI, you guys can see a general trend down month on month and year on year still. Core CPI, that is, coming down. What else have we got this week? Nothing. I think that was it. Yeah, so no changes in speeches. Okay, we have everything quite being dovish on all USD, AU, JPY. So no real bias I can take from the speeches right now. This week's data, like I said, it was just inflation readings. Trump didn't speak on anything about the markets, so nothing to do. Bias. So we know, firstly, is at this point in time, trade tension, right? Trade tension, I would look at gold. However, from a fundamentals point of view, we've got bullish readings on the US economic data. We've got bullish USD labor market. There's quite a lot of strength in US economy right now, and since that's paired with gold, I don't want to trade gold. Look, sure, gold can skyrocket if the missile lands and some big shit happens in the Middle East, but it's a gamble. I'm not taking my risk against that. So neutral COT data as well, bearish economic news. My bias is neutral. I'm not trading a thing on gold. US 30. Kind of the same inverse relationship, gold being risk off, US 30 being risk on. US 30 right now, we've got bearish COT reporting. We've got war in the Middle East, uncertainty with Trump tariffs. We've got bullish economic news. My bias is bullish. You know what, let's change that. Just for this week, I'm going to go neutral. We'll go neutral because we don't want to risk putting any trades on that are stupid trades. If the COT reporting can flip to bullish, even with the war and uncertainty going on, I'll take minimal size. But because this is bearish this week, let's just stay on the sidelines. No trades for US 30. AU, we've got bearish. So COT reporting favoured USD over AUD. Economic news, we still are neutral on economic news. We're neutral on Aussie, neutral on USD. So bias is neutral. Same thing with the UJ, same thing with AJ. So pretty much a boring week this week, guys. No trades available. I'm just going to be sitting on my hands looking at the fundamentals throughout the week. But what I do want to go through with you guys today is